Hi, I'm David, and you haven't heard of me. In the past, I've written and directed and performed a variety of things. I even sold a screenplay at one point. But nothing really stuck. Maybe it's the feeling of death drawing ever closer to me, or the thousands of dollars of film equipment gathering dust unused in my office. But I wanted to try one last time, just in case. So I put together a bus trip to Chicago to see the Viagra Boys, and I signed up for a stock footage subscription to make a fake dick pill commercial to promote it. But you could only license one video a month, so I dropped the whole thing. Unfortunately, I forgot to cancel the trial, so I woke up one morning to find I was stuck with an annual subscription. Even worse, I'd have to pay to cancel early. This was when I reached a crossroads. I could either pay the fee and admit I was a chump, or I could use the stock footage and play them at their own game. For too long we've been taken advantage of by faceless corporations, and much like Jesus and Luigi Mangione before me, it was my turn to deal with the thieves in the temple by using stock footage to make millions of dollars. As someone with a background in film and editing and production, I knew I could expertly splice together the stock footage and create anything conceivable and turn that into a profit. Phase 1 of the plan was to revisit the Viagra bus commercial. I knew that when it succeeded, I would have just enough money to pay the cancellation fee. If life's got you down, you need one thing. A bus full of people who really want to go see the Viagra Boys in Chicago with you. You should go on the bus. It will be fun. There might be side effects. The commercial went over well. People wanted to be on the bus, and companies wanted to sponsor the event. Unfortunately, the first bus company I reached out to wanted nothing to do with this idea. If I've learned anything from my years in the business, it's that it's a very good idea to just avoid rejection completely, and so I didn't reach out to a second or a third bus company. I knew that most businesses needed help promoting their products, and what better way to promote them than by 15-second videos using stock footage. I could reuse the same video over and over again and charge $75 a time. And while the plan and the execution were perfect, I'd forgotten to take into account that most people don't want to pay for promotional material, especially when they have their Zoomer nephew and AI offering to do it for free. The only thing left to promote is yourself, and that's when a brilliant idea came to me. I could promote myself. Like many professional creatives, I was also a bartender. I worked at a luxury hotel that would regularly award $25 bonuses every time you were mentioned in a good review. So what if I weaponized them? I could create prestige commercials about myself and trick people into watching them, encouraging them to leave a positive review.
As your time at this luxury resort comes to an end, perhaps it is time to think on the things you have done, mostly drinking with a very nice bartender from a different country. Is it not a good idea to perhaps return the favor by leaving a positive review for him? He is, after all, a phenomenal bartender. Please also tip. Don't forget to tip as well. Leave a review and then give me cash. Not a credit card tip. Cash, money, and a good review. Thank you. Bye.
As you can no doubt tell by the quality of the video, dozens of people left reviews. And by the end of the first month, I discovered that my paycheck had an extra $1,500 on it. The hotel was so impressed by my moxie that they suggested that maybe it was finally time for me to pursue my creative ambitions. Now that I was gainfully self-employed and with all of the extra money in my pocket, I realized I was at a crossroads. I could either pay the cancellation fee and move on with my life as a winner, or I could win even harder and become the filmmaker I'd always been destined to become. By spending all of the money on stock footage, my possibilities were endless.
The big problem was nobody wanted to watch this. Also, Netflix had already optioned 7 identical documentaries about bathroom bar sex. So my chances were slim. However, I did have a trump card. As a performer, I could cast myself as the star of a movie, pitch the trailer to A24 or one of those companies, and reap the benefits using nothing but myself, my acting skills, and stock footage.
I could no doubt perform as a gay person. I was acutely aware of the fact that the green screen was making me look like I didn't take very good care of myself. So I was going to switch to something more highbrow and cheaper to do. Horror films.
Hello, this is your grandfather speaking. Sorry to hear your parents died on your graduation night. I think you should come and stay at my castle for a long time. It would do you some good. You can bring those diverse friends of yours with you. There's absolutely no murderers here. Oh, by the way, Grandma wants to know how your bisexuality is doing.
Almost everything about this horror film was flawless, except for the green screen. The green screen was conspiring against me. Instead of worrying about green screen, I decided to use my top-tier voiceover talent to narrate a very effective story we would pretend was true and emotionally evocative to get an Oscar nomination or something.
Sit close, children. I'm about to tell you a story about when I was a little black girl in rural Arkansas and I became best friends with Dr. Martin Luther King when I was a little baby girl.
After the pandemic, it seemed everyone escaped into their own realities, where they got to decide what was good and what was bad. And suddenly, we were living in a world where everything was true at the same time. But how could we deal with it in a modern living world setting kind of thing?
The problem with making a documentary today is I would be arrested on terrorism charges in England if I even looked like I was going to say the word genocide, and I wouldn't be able to work for any of the 2 major companies in the US that still exist. Also, research is hard and I don't have the time. Most filmmakers would have given up by now, but I knew there was an idea inside me that would work. I just needed to keep going. I needed to try harder. So I kept going. I wasn't going to let anyone tell me I couldn't do this. Idea after idea after idea. All it took was one. One small idea could revolutionize the film industry and put me back where I belonged. It was just hard. I didn't A few years ago, I wanted to promote a screenplay I had written. So I wrote a novel, and to promote the novel, I started my own publishing company and wrote several books under fake names. To promote the company, I started a YouTube channel and a real LLC. And then to promote the YouTube channel, I started a record label. And when the record label didn't work, I stopped. You might wonder why I didn't take that energy and focus it on what I actually wanted to do instead of create a series of schemes that really ultimately went nowhere. And to that, the answer is, I've always been more committed to the bit than actually seeing something through. And I'm realizing that that was a waste of time. And now I'm old and I have very little to show for it creatively. But maybe I should focus on the positives. I've seen the world, I have a beautiful wife, I've done things most people won't have the chance to do in their lifetimes. And that should be enough, right? No.